just if you have a low libido right now, it is not an issue. We are all in the same place. So in this video, we're talking about libidos during isolation and quarantine and this pandemic fucking nightmare.
Yes, because to everyone on the other side, I think we're all thinking like everyone's really horny, everyone's having loads of sex, or everyone's just like fucking miserable. And we're about to put those fucking myths to shame.
I feel like I started off quite horny because it was like, I guess not as close to when I mean, it was closer to when I was actually still having sex. But like the longer I go without sex, the less horny I become, weirdly.
Yeah, I mean,
get like used to it.
That's like the definition of a long relationship, right?
Yeah, literally.
It's like the less you have it, the less you want it, because you know your next meal can just come at any time.
Yeah, so like I started off masturbating quite a lot, I think, during isolation.
Yeah.
And now,
like,
it's just a different story.
The procrastinating was, like, the worst. You'd be sitting in bed trying to do work, especially if, like, everyone's used to being in an office space or in, like, a communal area, and then they go from working at home where there's no one there, whether it's from their bed or from their living room or wherever, and they're like, ba-da-da-da-da, because it's, like, it's an opportunity we've never had before, and it's very exciting, and, like, no one's going to notice if you're doing your work and having a wank and watching porn at the same time.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So that was like the first start. It was like climax central.
But I think the thing is that everyone is talking about like virtual sex, phone sex, online dating, and yes, there are people that are still out there, still really interested in all that stuff. But there's a lot of us that actually don't feel like sex and don't feel that horny because anxiety has taken over a little bit and we're not feeling our best. We're in bad moods, mood swings here and there. So our libidos are actually a bit lower than they usually are.
I think our libidos are just out of fucking whack because this is an unnatural setting. We're either experiencing where we're too horny and frustrated or the opposite end of the spectrum where we're not horny at all. I was expecting to feel horny and like masturbate all the time, and at the moment I'm just not. Like with my partner and I, we have the option to have sex more. We have the option, we try and spend separate time together. So like I'll be like, hey, give me 20 minutes, I'm gonna go to bed first, sort myself out, and then I'm still not really wanting to masturbate at the moment, like physically. I have all this great fantasy going on in my mind and like stuff that I want to do and stuff that I'm thinking about, but like that's not transitioning to my body.
The times where I do masturbate, it's quite like a frustrated kind of like, let's just get this out of me kind of thing.
Yeah, like the sleep wank.
We've been like preaching out here, like get in touch with your body, like touch yourself, be sensual, put candles out. Me personally, I'm just like, yeah, but I just want a quick orgasm or nothing at all. Like last night I was thinking, I'm really tired, maybe I should masturbate to help myself get to sleep. Nah, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, just like roll over, which is like unheard of. Sleep
really
wanking and coming to go to sleep is like such a normal thing for Florence and I, which is probably not a good idea. You know, we shouldn't be using it as like a method to fall asleep, but like that's part of our wind down routine. It's like, it's almost like retraining your brain, like once you orgasm, now you can sleep. So having to retrain that, especially when your body's just like, you know, I can't even be bothered, like there's nothing there, there's no spark. Maybe you have a little play, like a little feel, you get a toy out, you use that.
Yeah,
sometimes it's just nothing, and I think we're noticing it a hell of a lot more because we're stuck in this isolation space. Like instead of like going out, staying at your mate's house, partying all night, like spending all the time at work and not even having time to wank and being so frustrated, like now that we have all the time there, we're like that's all we kind of can focus on. Like, why am I not horny? Why am I too horny?
I think for me it's probably been like less communication with people that I could potentially be having sex with, or like having phone sex, FaceTime sex, but I think that's because I have slowly been backing away from all those connections because I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like dating one person virtually, and what I get from that is kind of enough. I'm like, I just want some attention and I want someone to like chat to and just to feel like there's someone there, like rather than having loads of virtual dates and loads of virtual sex.
Yeah, it's like it's switched from like I just want to have sex to I want intimacy and I want something more than that. And like, that's, I think because we are all craving intimacy and contact from people, and that's like the first thing our brain goes to. We don't just want like a meaningless fuck, although I do want a meaningless fuck at the moment and I can't have one.
I guess yet again it's like the opposite ends of the spectrum, because I guess you at home would have like the cuddles and like that, like kisses, not that you like kissing, but
well, sometimes it gets too much. Like Thomas and I, like, there have been moments where I'm like, get off me, like I'm being smothered, which is like, it's, you know, it's not fair, and it's like you want what you can't have. At the moment I want that freedom. I want to be able to go to sex parties and meet people and go on dates, and I can't have that. So trying to like basically get down to my roots and enjoy the relationship that I have.
I think it's also like, I know that if I want to, I can have virtual sex. Like I can go onto a dating app and I can talk to people, and I can get that virtual sexiness if I want to, quite easily.
Yeah, very easily.
But I think maybe it's almost too easy. I don't know.
There's like no chase, or like you want the game. You don't just want to go on and someone be like, okay, yeah, I'll wank with you. You kind of want that like back and forth and a little bit of playfulness.
Exactly. I want someone to be like chasing me.
You know what, it's similar with Thomas and I, like neither of us are chasing each other. Maybe that is the reason why libido has dropped, because there's no like spontaneity and chasing and trying to get into each other's knickers. Like he's wearing knickers.
I feel like my only fantasies have been kind of like inviting people over to mine and like being naughty, like breaking the rules.
Yeah, that broken rule fantasy, fucking hilarious. Like going against the government.
That's so much of a turn on. Just like, I want to be bad. And also like, you know, sometimes like having unprotected sex feels better because you're like, I know this is so naughty, we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah,
it's like the same but with corona.
Yeah, in it it's like, might get coronavirus, like that full fetish. You know, there's bare porn out there of corona victims. Yeah, it's fucking unreal. I was also thinking like masturbation and sex has changed, because like I live with my sister, we live with our sister, with my sister. Oh god, that sounds fucking bizarre as well. What the hell?
You live with your sister.
You can see that I'm getting like cabin fever here.
We both are. I wonder if we actually seem like a bit more odd.
Yeah, you know what? We had a meeting earlier and Fee was like, hey, you seem really peppy. It's just like, well, because we've actually just cracked.
Yeah. I was just like, I was at my last tether this morning. It's just like, and suddenly we're just like, it's full fine.
Yeah, we got the giggles, and the ASMR I think was like a pure sign that like our brain has gone.
Yeah, it is fully gone.
But yeah, so you're living with people, so you're either living and you're trapped in a house with like other people, flatmates, housemates, family mates. I've got my sister, so it is almost a little bit more awkward getting comfortable with being sexual with yourself or another person, because you're more aware that they might hear. Like, even though they probably cannot hear, the likelihood is so low. You're still, you know, if they get up and go to the bathroom or you hear them, it takes you out of that sexy moment, and you're just like, oh, right, like now I can hear my sister going to the bathroom while like I'm trying to wank or touch myself, just like, fuck.
Whereas on my side, I almost have like too much time to masturbate. So it's like, well, I could masturbate now. Yeah,
your poor swollen
masturbate later. I could do it in the morning.
There's no risk.
When I wake up.
It's not like
I could wake up in the middle of the night.
It's not like, fuck, I have to do it quickly before I sleep because I'm going to be at work all day tomorrow.
No. Yeah. I actually used to get really turned on when I was in my relationship and I went to bed first, or some sort of situation where my partner would maybe be coming back into the bedroom at some point, and I used to get really turned on by the thought that he might like come in whilst I was masturbating, it turned me on, like just wanting to like finish before he got back or like something like that. And obviously when you're living by yourself, you do not have that.
Yeah, it's like a massive risk factor. You're gonna have to call one of your housemates and be like, blah blah, and they're gonna have to like run down. Like, yeah. See, I don't get that. You must have like a serious kink for risk taking and pushing the boundaries, because I don't get that. I get annoyed, and I like, if I haven't finished before he comes in and I can hear him, because there's like the routine of like turning off the TV, going and brushing your teeth, and then like I'm like, if he fucking comes in before I finish, like I'm gonna be pissed off.
Thing is, I don't actually get turned on by like them coming in.
Yeah, it's just the idea,
just the thought of it.
Yeah, the thought.
And because if they actually came in, I would just be like just gonna finish this off.
Well, that's it. That's the epitome of a fantasy. It's like, it's not reality. It's perfect and ideal in your mind, and that's why it turns us on. Exactly. It's like the most perfect Circumstances and reality kind of ruins that. That's why sometimes when you have like a kink or a fetish and you actually play it out for realsies, it actually can kind of ruin it sometimes.
I think maybe to like get back your libido if you've lost it is to watch like some sexy films and like maybe some porn, some erotica, read a sexy book. Like I haven't done any of that, and like maybe that's what I need to do to get back into my sexualness.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of happy and content that it's like this at the moment, because I know I'm not having sex anytime soon, so it kind of makes it easier.
Yeah. Go back to some of your old favourites. We're doing the Marvel Universe and I love superheroes and superhero fantasies, so that's been
True Blood.
Oh yeah, True Blood, or like get some Jake Gyllenhaal on.
Actually, I watched Brokeback Mountain the other night.
Oh
and
my
oh my god, yeah, I did masturbate after that.
Did
So I was just
you?
like, this was too hot.
But like sad masturbate, because you're like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, they're just like the most attractive couple in the whole wide world.
If you haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, just like shut this video off now and fucking find it, because it's so
on Amazon
good.
Prime right now.
Amazon
Do it.
Prime. I don't have Amazon Prime.
A loser.
I got rid of it. They pissed me off too much. They didn't have my favourite show. They were asking for money per episode on my favourite show, and I was like, well, fuck you.
How dare they?
I know, sneaky motherfuckers. Plus, we don't like Amazon. They're assholes, aren't they?
Unless they want to sponsor us.
Yeah, Amazon. If you want to sponsor us, give us some money, and then like you're my best friend. Fuck Florence. I don't need Florence. Amazon.
So whatever your libido is doing right now, it's totally normal. It's totally fine. Just if you have a low libido right now, it is not an issue. We are all in the same place. These are really turbulent times. I would be surprised if your libidos were functioning as they were usually.
Yeah, it's a real mix, because we are all different and we are all going through different situations through different situations. So even though our libidos are really low at the moment, I'm sure at some point during the month or in the next coming weeks they will spike and get high and we'll be frustrated.
It's usually like during ovulation, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
ovulation.
Get super horny.
Fuck, killed me now. And I'm just coming up to my period as well, so I'm generally not that horny, because like PMS is like, nah, fucking bitch.
We're synced up even though we're not together.
Aww, our wombs are like holding each other, like, oh, they've got each other's back, Florence.
So cute.
Also, to remind everyone that if your libido is high and your partner is on a different libido length, like not to pressurize them into having sex, because like partnered obligated sex is fucking bad. We don't want to do it. We don't want to put pressure on our partners to make them want to fuck us. So I say that's the last thing that's going to make them want to fuck you, is if you're like what I used to do with poor Thomas back there, was like, we haven't had sex in ages. We're going to be one of those couples that don't have sex. God, why don't you want to fuck me? Me? And it's just like, it's such a turn off and it doesn't help anyone. You need to go separate, have some independence, the both of you, and then come back and see if you want fuck.
Yeah, and also it's all about communication when it comes down to it, especially if you're in a relationship right now and you're stuck together. Just talk everything out, talk all those feelings out, shed all those emotions, and then you will kind of get down to some sort of conclusion that you can work on things together.
Even if you're not with your partner, like talk to your friends about it, talk to your support network. And this is like somebody that you can be open and honest with. And if you don't have that, then find somebody online, find a community, write in our comments below and just be like, please someone help me, because it is important to get it off your chest and out of your mind. Otherwise it just like, you end up just obsessing about it.
And if you are like really horny and you're alone, get on those dating apps, get on Field, get on Hinge, get on Tinder, like whatever. Get on it and meet up with some other people that are also in the same situation, because I'm sure there are loads of them. Get some
you mean virtually
phone sex.
Yeah, she said not meet up with them in person until like it's okay. Say okay, because we don't want to like...
I meant virtually.
Virtually, guys. Do be safe, and like it's going to be fucking weird. I think like our libidos are going to be doing crazy shit.
We'll
and just to accept it. Yeah, we will definitely keep you updated. We even have a video out about sex tech and what you can do with like technology and dating and having sex online. So make sure you go and watch that, guys.
Remember to give this video a huge thumbs up and leave your comments down below. What is your libido doing right now? And subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already.
My mind went blank. I was like, what are we doing? So yeah, we will see you fucking next week.
You were supposed to say Instagram and
Oh
podcast.
yeah, okay. Instagram, follow us. You can follow us at Come Curious, as well as both of our individual accounts. I don't know why I'm pointing like to me off this screen. As well as, if you can't get enough of our videos, please do listen to our podcast, Fucks Given, because we talk about sex with a new guest who's like from a completely different background or sexuality or culture or whatever, and we learn more about their sex life so we can learn more. And it's honestly so good. Like, it's one of those, it's like a guarantee you won't laugh. Try not to laugh or learn something per episode, like a guarantee. Put it on while you work. Have a great time.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye guys. Hopefully you haven't eaten ourselves by then. Bye.